Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I don't know if you know, but I'm
Good.
just filling in a bit for Amber today because we didn't know if
Okay.
people were going to open up the meeting because she had something to do this afternoon. But
Okay.
yeah,
Perfect. All right. Good. So it's 3:45. We'll get started. I want to welcome everyone who was able to make it to the PL session today on Ess Connect and an overview of how to adjust curriculum for teachers. I'm Krista Harrietta. I'm an intervention lead with the district, and we also have Christine Martell and Bridget Nugent, who are also intervention leads with the district. So what we're going to do, the way this will go is I have a PowerPoint to share, and I'll go through the basic components of Ess Connect, and I'll show some things, I'll demo some things in the training session that I have access to that will look very similar to what you see on your end of Ess Connect for teachers. And then at the end, we'll leave some time for any questions, if there was anything that came up that you need a little bit more clarification on, or if don't have anything today for questions, and you're always welcome to reach out to our Ess Connect support site. So I'll go ahead and share my screen, and I will start with just a basic overview of what Ess Connect is. So this session will focus on what you need to know to use Ess Connect. Ess Connect is the platform for developing personalized learning plans, documenting Ess information, and communicating with school-based and district staff. So what is Ess Connect? It is a place to easily record, monitor, collaborate, report on, and communicate about student support services data. The system can house and share personalized learning plans, PLPs, and student documents. District ESS, CNY team members, and school-based Ess staff will have direct access to relevant information in one location that might not have been available before. So just a little overview of Ess Connect and privacy. Ess Connect users must only access information for students with whom they work and for what they require in order to perform their role. To view information about a student one does not work with or that is not required to perform your role is a breach of privacy. You must immediately report a suspected or actual privacy breach to your supervisor. Ess Connect automatically keeps a user log of all viewed documents. So anything that you do in Ess Connect, we're able to see on our end, and it's logged. So how do you sign into Ess Connect? Ess Connect is integrated with PowerSchool. You sign into Ess Connect through your PowerTeacher. Once you are in PowerTeacher, you will click on the box with the arrow, which is the application section, which takes you to a link for Ess Connect. You will then see your My Classes panel. Teachers can access students' profiles and documents file in Ess Connect, including PLPs through My Classes panel. Please keep in mind that scheduling has to be updated in PowerSchool before you are able to access a student's file in Ess Connect. So right now, all of your students would most likely be in PowerSchool, so they're showing up on your Ess Connect. But if a new student comes in, all of that needs to be updated, and it pushes through to Ess Connect. Also on your homepage, there is a reports panel that contains summary reports so teachers can identify who has PLPs or other documents in their classes. So finding my students with PLPs in Ess Connect in the teacher's report. From the PLP summary report, you are able to see which students have PLPs and the type of plan they have. So this is a good document to have so you know who has what in your Ess Connect. So your classes will appear in My Classes panel on your homepage. When you select a class, you will see a class list of student names. On the left-hand side, next to each student's ID number, is a down arrow. When you hover over the down arrow, you'll see the profile and documents icon, which take you to that student's file in ESS Connect. So when you get into those documents, you'll see the documents that have been created or uploaded to ESS Connect. Documents are organized by school year, and the most recent document is always at the top. There is the ability to collapse and expand some documents where there are multiple versions per year. For example, the personalized learning plan. So you can see the arrow there by personalized learning plan, that will drop down. Clicking on the arrow will show you all previous versions of the document. So after first term and we get into second and third term, you will be able to click on this arrow because there'll be multiple revisions of the document. So these are all of the student documents that are available in ESS Connect that you may see for one student, but you might not see for another. But these are all of the documents that can be created. So we have the personalized learning plan, the short-term intervention plan, case conference forms, ESS requests for services, needs assessment, decision rubric PLP adjusted curriculum outcomes, newcomer support and transition plans, consultation report that will be put in by ESS staff, transition plan, assistive technology inventory, assistive technology and adaptive equipment application, and file folders. Like I said, you may not see all of these at one time, but a variety of students may have several of these in their documents on ESS Connect. Okay, so sections of the PLP. When you open a PLP, you can view the different plans and sections by using the blue drill down arrow next to the subtitle Student Information and selecting the section you are wanting to work in. As a classroom teacher, you can edit the PLP adjusted curriculum section as well as the progress reporting and signature sections. In this online PL today, we're focusing on the PLP adjusted curriculum, and we'll go into that in a little bit more detail in just a few moments. The resource teacher at your school will set up the PLP for each student and will work collaboratively with you on specific sections of the plan. So one of the first sections that will be pertinent for you is the PLP accommodated. So the justified accommodations are selected from a checklist, and this is completed by your resource teacher. Only selected accommodations and their headings appear in the view and print mode. So justified accommodations are strategies, technologies, or adjustments documented within a PLP without which the student would not be able to access the curriculum. So these are justified accommodations as opposed to universal. So adjusted curriculum. A course is adjusted when grade level curricular outcomes of a subject have been altered, deleted, or added in order to address the specific needs of that student. The integrity and general intent of the course is maintained while the comprehension depth of the outcomes has been altered or deleted. So students with adjusted curriculum are part of the common learning environment and receive differentiated instruction and supports as required. Making a decision as to whether or not a program should be adjusted is a difficult and weighty decision that is made with parents and guardians, the student, the ESS team, all working together. This decision should not be made until there has been a rigorous and comprehensive program of intervention, as it can affect post-secondary options. A course is adjusted when grade level curricular outcomes of a subject have been altered, deleted, or added in order to address the specific needs of that student. The integrity and general intent of the course is maintained while the comprehension and/or depth of the outcomes have been altered or deleted. We'll get into that in a little bit more in just a minute. Subject teachers will import course SCOs or, with the new holistic curriculum, skill descriptors being covered during that reporting period into the student's adjusted curriculum plan. They will then decide which SCOs or skill descriptors, so SCOs for the old curriculum, skill descriptors for the holistic curriculum, are kept, deleted, or changed. It's important to remember that we are adjusting the specific provincial curriculum of a subject or course to meet the needs of a student. Students should not be considered as adjusted overall. Each subject or course should be looked at individually. So just because a student is adjusted in one course doesn't mean they're automatically adjusted in another. So making that decision to adjust curriculum. So as I mentioned before, there is a rubric that you can follow to decide if a student should be adjusted or not. So before we go into the how-to of adjusting curriculum, there is that decision rubric for PLP adjusted curriculum, and it can be created in Ess Connect in collaboration with your ESS team. So that would be with your resource teacher, guidance, principal, vice principal, all of that. This decision should never be made by one person. This is a team decision that should include all stakeholders, including the student's family. The choice to adjust a student's curriculum can have, like I said before, a significant impact on their post-secondary options. And the decision rubric guides the team to figure out what is needed and if those adjustments are needed to be put in place for that particular subject. All right. So when it comes to adjusting curriculum, this is now where the teacher comes into play, and this is where they're able to edit and put in the outcomes that they are choosing to work on for that particular point of the school year. So as a subject teacher, you must first complete the top part of the PLP ADJ section. So I'm going to show you where that's at. Okay. So when you go into your Ess Connect, this is what you'll see. And for demonstration purposes, I have chose that I'm teaching an English Language Arts 7 class. Okay. I'm going down here to Maggie Harris, and I go to her documents. And you can see that the personalized learning plan has been created here. So when I get here, I'm going to go to adjusted curriculum. And if it's looking like this when you get in there, you just click edit this section. Oh, give me 1 second here. End this for a moment. Says I'm editing on the other end, so I may need to log out and come back in. Yeah, okay, give me 1 second here. Okay. Stop presenting here just for a moment so I can get this logged in correctly. Let's just bear with me here for a moment. Here we go. Great when technology works the way it should. you'll go from the drill down menu and you will come to a page that looks like this. You will see that you have to put in a start and end date if it's not already filled in. And that's always the beginning of the school year. So September start and then the end of June. Unless a new plan was created during the school year, you always start at the date that that plan was created. So if it's after first term reporting, you would go in and change that start date to reflect when the plan starts. You will then have to fill in your name here as the teacher. So yours will come up as a lookup, and for training purposes, I'm just going to type my name in, but you will go to the lookup or type your name in here and it will come up. You'll then fill out the present level of performance. And this is where you will create, this is the foundation for creating this PLP for this student in this course. So I'm just going to put test here. We're just testing and training, but you will actually fill in what's happening. Then you will look here in your strands and topics, and to find where to put in your adjusted curriculum, the curriculum is organized by strand, goal, and outcome. The level in the curriculum drill downs always goes subject, strand, GCO, SCO. So you can see that here, strand, goal, and then your outcome. So always remember, in education, we put the child first and the SCO is the child. We always put that SCO first. So that's really what we're focusing on, is going to go down here in this box. So in terms of the holistic curriculum, this would be the skill descriptors. So for this year, there's no new template that's being worked on for next year. So for right now, the SCO is the skill descriptor in the new holistic curriculum. All right, so to put in the goals, you scroll back up to the top and you go to select from Anglophone outcomes. So this is where you're now ready to start inputting the goals that you're going to adjust. So we're going to select from Anglophone outcomes, and we know this is a grade 7 student, and this is language arts that we are adjusting. But before we get into adjusting, we have to make sure we are in the correct course, because up here, whatever that first course is, so this one says mathematics, the math teacher will adjust in that one, and then the language arts teacher will adjust in this one. So you always have to make sure that you have the correct one selected, and you don't want to do all that work of putting in your goals and outcomes and you're in the wrong course. So I know I'm going to be adjusting English language arts. That's the course I'm teaching. I select from Anglophone outcomes. Now I know I'm going to be adjusting grade 7. So I go to the blue arrow beside grade 7 and I find English language arts. If you're not a holistic school this year, you select the first one. If you're a holistic school, you select the second drop down. So I'm going to start by adjusting speaking and listening. So I'm going to select my drop down. I'm going to select speaking and listening. That's going to fill in. And then you can see that my GCO and my SCOs are listed below it. So I'm going to select GCO1, and then I'm deciding what am I focusing on when it comes to speaking and listening. And as you click on them, you can see that they start to cross out, so you know that they have been covered or they have been selected. I'm just going to select one for right now. So after all the report periods, SCOs have been imported, then you will look at them and take the student's strengths, weaknesses, and data, including the PLOP, into consideration. You may want to consult with the resource teacher if you need help. You decide which outcomes you are going to keep, delete, or change. The student should be, if you're deciding to keep it, the student should be able to do even at a slower pace or with accommodations. The outcomes that you are deleting, the students will be able to achieve even with adjustments. And finally, which ones the student should be able to do with adjustments are changed. So you make that choice here if you keep it, if you delete it. And when you change it, that's when the pink box will pop up, and that is where you put the changed outcome for this SCO. So I'm just going to put test training here. So that we can move on to the next part, which is going to be the adjusted curriculum. So this gives us all valuable knowledge. It's a clear summary of what the student will do and what they will not do. So if you're keeping, deleting, or changing, so that you will do that for all of the outcomes you're going to cover. So only the changed outcomes will appear in the progress reporting section. So as we fill in, and you'll then fill in for anything else that you're going to cover that term, save done editing. Oops, let's do a non-lookup for myself. Sorry about that. Okay. So now it's time, it's report cards, and we need to complete a progress report for the student in that class that they're adjusted in. So the subject teacher will come here to the drill down menu, and you will go to adjusted curriculum progress reporting. So here you can see that this is where you're going to say what the evaluation date is. So whenever your report cards are due, you'll choose as an evaluation date. So I'm just going to say they're due on the 30th of November. I've evaluated it then, or it might be evaluated earlier in the term. So as you're going through, you can evaluate as that outcome has been met. If it's not met, it'll be probably around the reporting period, or it might not yet be evaluated. So met, not yet evaluated. So this evaluation date is when you have said, yep, they've met it. So I'm going to choose met, and then I just put here, I save done editing, and then you have completed your curriculum progress reporting, your adjusted curriculum progress reporting. Go back to the PowerPoint